Good evening, this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching. Today we're talking about the full moon in Sagittarius, and this is awesome because it's coinciding with the World Cup. I mean, how serendipitous is that? Usually we have the World Cup at the end of June every 4 years. It starts at or mid June, and it's happening with Sagittarius. Never thought of that before. It's such a sportive sign, a competitive sign that includes, and very a culture sign, very accepting of other cultures and includes all that. And how wonderful is that? Where there's traveling involved and international, okay, and yet competition with the fun of a ball going back and forth. I think it's just so great that it happens this way, and it happens on the full moon instead of a new moon because it is temporary. It's not going to be something that is always okay. Yet sometimes it could be a new moon where it's going to be more substantiating. And being Mercury retrograde, know that the World Cup does not finish during Mercury retrograde. Otherwise there'll probably be some wondering about the ballots and things like that, okay? The referee being bought out and all that. But Mercury will have gone direct. Saturn will be going still and retrograde, and Neptune. So things will be a little bit clear now, okay? Yes, because Neptune, when it's going retrograde, is one of the few planets that become clear, not more murky. Okay, so let's get this started. The Sabian symbol here. I just wanted to say thank you everybody for your support and donations. It's what makes these videos possible. I love your constructive criticism and all the positivity, even if it's something I can get better on. I love it. If you have questions on your personal chart, know that I don't see the comments every day. It's like maybe once a month, even on my blog. It's best if you want me to review your chart, give me a holler, give me a call, reach out and touch me. And let's take a look at your chart together, make an appointment, and we can do that together, okay? And I have no problem, remember, because our goal is for optimal healing using, with the help of the stars, okay? And so now let's go to the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol, a group of immigrants fulfilling the requirements for entering a new country. Again, here we're talking about Sagittarius, and we're talking about being international and embracing the new. This poor amethyst I'm using as a ball as an example for the World Cup. And it's kind of reminds me of those when balls, that kind of massage your hands at the same time. But anyway, so we're going and we're looking at what's beyond and embracing it and seeing how we can incorporate that part of us, even if it's only temporary. And so this is a good time to really partake in all that and see the world and see what other cultures and spiritual practices and religions and dynamics have to offer. If you stay in your own small little world, you're not going to grow. And the whole purpose is to grow. If you're not growing, and I'm not saying physically, if you're growing physically, unless it's up, this is not a good thing, okay? So, we need to balance. But our spirit needs to grow and partake in these lessons and embrace them, okay? So, making changes and doing it the legal way is very important. Sagittarius is the ninth house. Sagittarius, it does deal with the justice system because it's ruled by Jupiter, trying to be fair. So remember that trying to do things in a legal way is very important and advantageous. Okay, taking advantage of the institutions and their methods like that. So now let's go on. This is a time of where the projects are coming to completions. It's a party time, a happy time, because Sagittarius, they're always trying to connect out there, be one with the world, feel, see how we, what is more out there, and how can we, this little puzzle piece of this big piece of the universe, still make such an energetic, imprint. Okay, it's just like the butterfly wings, And we've heard of that, right? The butterfly effect, how the butterfly over there can affect the weather over here. Well, the same thing with our soul and doing that. We participate. We are. Okay, a lot of people might think they're not, but we are participating and constantly and giving effect. So the more positivity, the better. And if you're in your head and you're becoming depressed, you got to balance yourself out, snap yourself out of it, get out, be busy, and help others, because there's more. Okay, yes, this is when I'm going to say the world does not stop for our little heart, but we could take the beauty of what has happened with any situation. Maybe you got let go from a job, recently with the eclipse, or a relationship or anything, and you know that things are going to be better, and take the positive, because that journey was necessary, obviously, if your soul thought of it, and that you needed to partake in it, and be thankful for the good that it shared with you always. Okay, and sometimes the journey just needs to separate. Sometimes they meet again, and sometimes they don't, and so always be positive, because when one door opens, when one door closes, another door opens. And I know some of us are like, but I knew this job, I knew what I could get away with, I knew by what time, how many minutes late I could have come, I don't want to do something new. Yeah, you do, trust me. Yeah, you do. When we get in too much of a rut to routine, it's not happening anymore. So let's continue here. Do you know that this is a time of this, we have the, did you get that? Okay, my own sign language. Okay, let's start again. We got our pineal gland here and the crown chakra all connecting there, because of the Sagittarius, and also our root chakra. Remember, Sagittarius is very important to stretch, rules the thighs also. So some of you might have problems with your sciatica nerve. And I just had a realization. Oh, epiphany. And so, and so you must stretch that a lot. Remember, too, because the kidneys are involved at this time. So, and the adrenals, which means it affects the thyroid, the hypothalamus, and all that. So, all because of the pineal gland, and which also affects the pituitary gland. Are you getting my drift? So if we stay healthy, if we stay alkalized and eating right and drinking a lot of water, we'll have less problems, okay, with our health. And that's very important, because Chiron is square Saturn right now, and it's telling us to heal. So it's a good time to sage the area, clean everything out, polish the furniture, vacuum, get it all out, get ready, because we have the summer solstice coming up. And and just start and get it all out and bring up that dredge, because it's just, it's in Scorpio, that Saturn, and so we gotta bring it all up, and no matter how crappy. It reminds me of the Joker, when Jack Nicholson, he's like, this town needs an enema. Okay, sometimes it's like that. Life needs an enema. Okay, just bring it all out, clean it out, detoxify everything, and not just one day, sometimes even a week long, to really get it all out. Because remember, it took many decades. I get clients, who say, but I haven't eaten meat for 2 years, and they're in their late 50s or 60s. I don't understand why my cholesterol's still high. It's like, it took 56 years. Your body has 56 years of crap in it. 2 years isn't gonna do anything. Okay, you might have to stay clean for the rest of your life, and they don't get it. It's just like when they say, I went to the gym twice, why haven't I lost 20 pounds? My mommy taught me that I have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So we got to be realistic, and that's very important too, because during this time, we're going to be seeing many opportunities of healing. Certain things of our psyches coming up to play, because you have Uranus squaring Pluto, and so it brings upset within our psyche, especially because Pluto's in a traditional, conventional sign, and it's saying, hey, this is how things are, this is how I want it to be, and Uranus is saying, no, get over it, it's time, it's old, throw it out, we need new, we need new, we need new. And don't be surprised if we see certain rebellions happening, okay, again, because it's there, it's to be, it needs change. Okay, Mercury is trine Neptune, so we're seeing a lot of poetic and nurturing expressions. Some of us not understand what is being said. It just sounds nice, the tone, the harmony. It's like, oh, how beautiful is this? Okay, and it's sounding beautiful, but do know there is clarity because Neptune is retrograde during this time. Also note that Mars is opposite Uranus. So Uranus, I'm sorry. Okay, and so that means sudden obstacles, especially from June 23rd to the 7th. Oh my goodness, please be careful, especially if you're a cardinal sign or you have any personal luminaries in a cardinal sign. Okay, because you got Mars, it's in Libra, but Mars rules Aries, and you're okay, it's the Lord of Aries, and Uranus is in there. And so it's like an upset thing. So, we're going to see things happening with knives, swords, be careful, guns, all right, machinery, metals, so please be careful. And also, people can all of a sudden snap because dealing with relationships. So, please watch out for this and get them busy. You see some people getting a little bit, you know, heavy, or you see them anxious, get them working out. Get it all out, get them doing things. And, putting their mind into somewhere else. Because if not, and please be careful during those 4 or 5 days of June 23rd through the 27th, because we're going to feel it even more. All right, so please be careful during that. To take your time, take extra time driving if so that way maybe we're being careful, but other people aren't. So we give them extra time. It's better to be safe than sorry. Was that aha song? So. It just really, that's if you love your life and how it's going on and everything about it. If not, what do I, go ahead, do as you choose. Be careful too of drinking and driving. Keeping balance and grounded is so important because Mars is in Libra, so that can cause some problems, especially because we have the World Cup going. So you got a lot of people out of might be pushing their limits. Okay, we have Jupiter trying Chiron. So this is still pushing us and enjoying us to heal and expand and to go in that. And once again, we need to be careful because Jupiter does rule Libra, which is going to be affected by the kidneys and all that with Mars and sudden upsets. Okay, there could be a lot of acidity and flight syndromes in there. And again, that's fight, fright, and flight. There's 3 of them because the flight is take off, fight, and then you got fright when people just get paralyzed. Okay, and so so this is time to really heal, cleanse out, detox, love yourself, give yourself healing, loving light. If not, come to me, book an appointment. We have wonderful, loving healers here, a family full of healers. So let me know. We probably have one near you. Okay. We have Venus opposite of Saturn. Most people are going, oh no, that's not good. Oh, we don't like Saturn, let alone opposite of Venus. This is good, because Venus is in Taurus. It likes stability. Sorry. And Saturn is stability. It is the king of stability. And so it's going to create that. And being in its opposite sign of partnership for Venus, while it's in Taurus, and then Saturn being in Scorpio, it's going to create that saying, is this what I really need in a relationship? It's going to make us question. It's going to make us think about it. It's going to consider our limits and boundaries. What are our limits and boundaries? Do we need to have those limits and boundaries? How are they serving us for good? How are they serving us for bad? Can we adjust them? What is our partners? Why do they have those? Should I partake in that, or should I, step back? So those are things to really consider. So we might see some tensions, okay, in our routine and health-wise too. And know that Venus also rules the economics. Okay, so Venus is in its ruling sign. So there's that support there completely. And with the economics, we're going, oh no, that means we're going to, no, this means there's going to be a chance to create stability. And that is good, and that's what we want. So now we got Venus sextile Jupiter also. So there's a lot of pleasure and comfort, possible overindulgence, so please be careful, especially when you're hanging out with family. And once again, I cannot emphasize, I am a big World Cup fan, and I grew up World Cup. Oh my goodness, there's stories I could tell where I was, and I was the only one. No, me and my mom were the only ones voting for one country while we were in the airport, um, the opposing team. So my dad going, oh God, we're gonna get mauled, you know. But it is fun. It is great, Go pick up a ball too and kick it around, Do some cabecitas como decimos, and unos con las rodillas. Oh goodness, I could just. I used to, as a teacher, used to have fun with my students with the World Cup because we do challenges and stuff like that. Name that country, and see in capital and all that. So please partake in it. Please support it. It's a Sagittarius thing, and remember it. Also, for your own well-being, you need to stretch a lot and think of the goodness, okay? And be healthy. And that takes us to the zodiac planetary aspects, okay? And so here we go. Sagittarius, Aries, this is happening in your ninth house of Sagittarius. All right, everything that was already mentioned. Not that I'm not saying you're not important to go into detail, but it is very much true. So partake, go eat international food, go have fun, go play some sports, I wouldn't necessarily say go bet because of Venus right now being opposite of Saturn, okay? But, go support the team. Go out, have fun, make a picnic of it. Go, make a big barbecue. It's going to be great, all right? Learn another language and travel. Get out of here, have some fun. Taurus, this is in your 8th house of joint finances, loans, okay, either with institutions or credit cards, car, house, and also for transformation and sex. And remember, having good intimate relations, good intimate communion is a transfer of energy, and in doing that you can go. So a lot of times people say, oh, I really like my husband or wife, they're good for this, but they suck at that. Well, it's just as important. If you deny yourself that possibility to grow and exchange energy, okay, you are hurting yourself, because that Merkaba breathing is involved, that tantric breathing is involved, and believe it or not, even monks and Buddhist monks do that Merkaba breathing, all right? So knowing that some kind of project has come to a completion in your 8th house, maybe you finally paid off some bills, maybe a certain partner is no longer going to be available. You had a business partner there, then you're not going to get that support, okay? Or your husband or wife is not having that second job anymore. So somehow there's going to be a lessening, a tightening of the belt, but it's also going to be paid off. So that'll be good. Okay, Gemini, this is in your 7th house of partnerships, of marriage or business. Open enemies. Open enemies means the ones that you can see, someone in court or someone you yell at straight out, hey, fungu, or whatever. Okay, so my Italian friends are going to be like, how could you? Excuse my Italian, as they would say instead of French. But anyway, so remember, this is not about romance. Marriage is not about romance. It should be, but let's be honest, it's a business. Remember, the only reasons people get married really is because they need to consolidate their finances. They want to raise children together, okay? Or they want to, copulate like bunnies on a daily morning and evening basis. Outside of that, there's another reason why people usually get married. They prolong and try not to, So that means that there's some kind of involvement that's going to change the dynamics. Either be in business, perhaps your business partner, you're going to not have one, or they're going to change what they can offer, or what you can offer. Maybe you're changing that too. So the dynamics and the balancing is being shifted. So try and make sure it still keeps harmonious. you know, especially because it's Gemini. You are the twins, so you're almost similar. You try and keep it as similar as possible, unless you're fraternal twins, right? Keep that in mind. All right, Cancer, this is happening in your sixth house of health, of co-workers, servants and slaves in the olden times, okay? And I was going to say domestic animals because that's what we say in Spanish. Pets, yes, there you go, pets, and your health. So please, please, please be aware of your health, especially since you had stuff going in your fourth house with the eclipse. Make sure you're cleansing, detoxing, because if not, it's going to come up now, you know, especially still with Saturn being retrograde, and then you're expanding, maybe you're overindulging, and it's causing problems with that. So please, please take that, you know, start a new routine, or maybe you're finishing one and starting another. Okay, get involved. Talking about routine and all that, get involved with the hype of this World Cup. It'll be good for you, Cancer. I know what team I'm going for. Okay, Leo. Leo, it's all about your fifth house of entertainment, children, you know, romance. It's fun, 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 fun. So somehow, you know, things are changing. Maybe you know, we're involved in certain things, and now it's going to change, okay? And so it's going to give you time to grow. And remember, with every door that closes, another one opens. Maybe you had a project that was going on, and now you're finishing it, okay? So Virgo, this is of your fourth house. Now your fourth house is not just your physical house. It's also your major number one house that transports your body. This is a mobile house, a number one mobile house, and it transports our soul there. Very important. And it also deals with your mother issues. So things are going on with your mother, or you're renovating your home. Something is closing, dealing with something at home. Good time to sage, cleanse it all out, get all the dredge out, you know, and breathe in the new. So and you'll see on my blog, we'll talk about certain meditations we can do for that. And Libra, this is in your third house of communications, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your cousins, your siblings. So, you know, maybe you had some project, you're working with them, and now it's finished. You were taking a class nearby, and it has finished now. Okay, some primary classes that no longer, you know, are needing, and that is fine, because you're going to take it and keep it with you. Maybe you had something going on with some kind of situation with your cousins or siblings too. So you know that it's going to come to some kind of completion there. Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio, this is in your second house. Scorpio, Libra, that was in your third house. Scorpio, this is in your second house of personal finances. So maybe you had two jobs, and one job is now, you know, it was temporary. It's going to come to an end. Or they had to do cutbacks at work, and which is better, because you could have been laid off, and the cutbacks is better. Okay, so always consider the positive and be thankful for it, you know. Also, it deals with our moral issues. You are coming to terms and realizing that certain belief systems are no longer needed. They served its purpose, but you can see you're grown now, you know. You're happy now, and you can substantiate yourself on your own 2 feet, that you don't need to hold on to that wall of the pool anymore. You can let go, and in fact, you could dive into the deep end, all the way deep, and pick up those toys and do somersaults all around and jump off the diving board. And that's good, because every belief system has its purpose, all right, to help us, so that way we're guided, and we're not going to go too far. And it's to protect us, because our parents do want us to, you know, grow, have the possibility of growing. Sagittarius, this is in your first house of personal, of your ascendant, your personal appearance, how people perceive you, okay? And so maybe you're changing, you know, glasses to contacts, or contacts back to glasses, getting braces, changing hair color, you know. Something is coming to a term. Maybe you had a cast on, you're getting it off. Maybe you were with a cane, okay? So certain things are changing. Capricorn, it's in your 12th house. This is a time for you to get some rest. Take it easy. Take it easy. I have a friend who always says that. Take it easy. My son says I'm terrible with accents. Obviously, I don't have my North Node in Sagittarius now, do I? So Anyway, my friend who says, take it easy, rest, repose, enjoy life a little. Just think about what's happened in the past 6 months. 6 months ago, you had a new moon in your sign. You started new projects. How are they been developing? Because with Mercury retrograde, you're getting a chance to go over it again. How have you taken care of yourself, okay? Because it's also affecting your health. Maybe you've been pushing yourself a little too much, all right? Maybe you had too much expectations on a partner. Are you being permissible and allowing people to be human? Okay? It's all right to have high expectations on yourself, but it's not okay to have high expectations on others. If you keep asking for orange juice from a milk, you're gonna come out disappointed. And if you keep asking milk from an orange tree, it's not gonna happen. So do know what your expectations are, that they're being reasonable, that you yourself are able to comply. You might be able to comply with your own expectations, but are you able to comply with someone else's? Heaven forbid, don't even know. Okay? So really take the time, let it go, just rest. Be one with nature. Go take a dive, go swim. Okay? And hug your favorite animal, and just let it all out. Balance, meditate. Okay, Aquarius in your 11th house of friends. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, this is perfect because you are such a team member. You love it, and then you love to go back into your own. So with this World Cup right now, you are just going in and throwing yourself in all the excitement, okay? Probably even creating the parties yourself, really getting involved in all that. And in your goals in life are changing, your groups of friends are changing, and it's just great, so you're having a fun time with this, and it's just all good. Pisces, it's in your 10th house of what's 10th house? I'm sorry, career. I drew a blank. Career, authority, even father figure. So maybe a boss is leaving, maybe you're changing your career, the way people saw you, your public display of recognition. And so maybe something has gone and that used to be part of you, what you were known for. And so, which is good, because now it needs to be you. You get to define yourself, who you are. Remember, sometimes the fishes of the Pisces separate, so that way they can become themselves to come back and to help. Okay? And they go with the current, which is very important, so you don't drown. All right, so it's very important. You might have a certain situations with your father, an authority figure, of having to understand, and each one of you knowing your place and knowing where you stand with one another and appreciating it. Okay, so I just want to really encourage everybody to support the World Cup. Okay, stay healthy. Remember, instead of giving all your money to all these foundations, cancer, ADD, diabetes and all that, the best thing you could do is put that money into eating organically, into eating right. Teach your family. Remember, if you're an adult and you got obese children or children that are overweight, you are poisoning your children. Yes, bottom line, it's true. So that's not showing love. So what you should do is take that money, eat right, teach yourself, come to me or someone else for alkalized living, and be healthy, so you have a better quality of life, because we know that one day we might die. We die or we ascend, or however we want to say it, but it's the quality of life that you're looking for. It's not necessarily the longevity, but the quality, and that is what's very important part of Sagittarius. I want to thank you once again, everybody for participating and donating. Give me a call. Remember, we're very into energetic healings. We have several family members around that that are great healers. Okay, some have different styles. I am the only main astrologer, but we do have everybody Reiki, Theta, my goodness, Access Consciousness, TFT, EFT, EMT. No, I'm just joking. I'm the EMT. Okay, but so much involved, and so no, do think of yourself. A couple nutritionists, alkalized nutritionists here too, So please, 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 you know, an iridologist, think of the quality of your life. The happier you are, the more you put in yourself, the more you get to give your loved ones, and enjoy them. Okay, you don't want them having to come to you because you're in a wheelchair. Oh, I can't do this because of this, or that they're coming to you because they feel obligated, as opposed to real unconditional love. That is what you want. Everybody wants that. Not because of guilt, loyalty, obligation, but because they sincerely just think you're awesome and love you. Anyway, so give me a call. You know how to get in touch with me. Also, if you want, if you're in Southern California, we are part of the Quipo Hula. We do dance, Hawaiian dance performances. We have males, we have little girls. That didn't sound right. We have all ages, starting from 4 all the way to 80, middle 80s. So I'm right in the middle, if you were wondering. We come out as individuals or in groups. Okay, we do all sorts, graduation parties, birthday parties, picnics, work picnics, reunions. Hint, hint, that was a direct one. Sometimes my family members ask if I say indirect things on the videos. And this was indirect. Okay, so anything else? So go ahead, give me a call to hire us. You know, we have guys who do the poi balls and all that, and little stunts. So anything am I missing? Oh, I do offer classes. Give me a holler for the astrology classes, individual and group, by Skype, phone, you know. And no, I don't do skywriting yet. Okay, once I get the hang gliding down, then I'll do the skywriting myself. How's that? At least not by chemtrails. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I thank you always for your support. Chaucito. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. Bye bye. Ciao.